G'day and welcome to day 5 of my Learning Golang sessions with me, Matt, and I made it to the end of the first week. Hey look, this might not seem like something that is interesting or cool for you, but for me, I usually get into things super duper excited, and then, yay, the excitement fades, something comes along, and a week or two have gone by and I say I should get back to that because I stopped. But day 5. So here I am. Now, this morning, I don't get into things super duper early. My day kind of starts after, let's just say I have some household jobs and the morning run that I have to do. But that provided some excellent opportunity to think about, well, what am I going to do today? How am I going to approach this session? And I think, to quote my good mate Adam Culp, I was probably wanting to do a bit of what he calls yak shaving, or if you're not familiar with the term, what can I do which is anything other than what I know I really should do? How can I avoid doing that? Because I think I felt perhaps a little nervous, silly as though that might be, about trying to finish the slices exercise from yesterday and day 4. Thought maybe I couldn't finish it, maybe I'd go through another session and not be done, etc, etc. Turns out I did finish it, but more on that in a sec. I also thought about playing around with Golang, which is the IDE that I've been using. Thought, well, maybe I could look at what it has, the default setup, could I tweak and tune it a bit and just kind of figure out what it makes available. But then I thought, no, that I think is generally just stuffing about on a Friday, though Fridays are good for stuffing about. No, I'm just going to learn that kind of as I'm going along. I thought, well, maybe I could read some more background on the concepts and so forth that I've covered so far in the Go Tour to date. And I think that's okay. I don't think that's necessarily a bad idea, but I still feel it was kind of avoiding finishing the exercise. So I dove into the exercise when I opened up Golang, when I sat down here at the PC. And through the 30-minute session, right on the 30-minute mark, finished it. Now, it wasn't quite free and clear, if you will. I did have some issues with kind of getting the solution fixed. To try and help me get through that, I looked at a whole list of other solutions on GitHub. I've got a link to that in the show notes. And since they were all the same, I kind of took inspiration from a few. I tried to then add a little bit of originality by using the rand int n method from the math package. Didn't quite follow how it works. I'm still not quite sure as to why what I thought I was doing wasn't working. So I kind of went with a simple thing of saying seed the random int generator with a value of 100 and then add it to my solution, which you can see in the blog post for today's session. Again, I'll have a link to that in the show notes. Otherwise, really happy with today's session. I am a little embarrassed, though, that I had to check out what a uint 8 was. Yeah, I didn't always pay complete attention to all the data types and their, their limits. Is that the right term? That's probably also showing me being really a bit silly. But this series is all about honesty. So, warts and all, I'm going to be honest. So if you're completely interested, a uint 8 is an unsigned 8-bit integer which has a minimum value of 0 and a max value of 255. So pretty good for working with hex values. Otherwise, that's it for today's session. It's Friday, so hopefully I'm going to finish up early here, get into some client development and tech writing work, but I'll see you for day 6 this coming Monday. Week 2 is coming up. Oh, and I would be very remiss if I didn't do the usual things of, if you are learning Golang like me, please share that in the comments for this video. I'd love to see how you're doing, get inspiration from you, hopefully give you inspiration as well. If you're a big Go developer and you want to give me some pointers, I'd love to hear that in the comments as well. Otherwise, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, click the bell notification icon to know when more of these videos come out. I'd love it if you'd subscribe to the channel. And one last thing, if you like the video series or the other videos I have here on the channel and want to support me in some way, I'd be totally grateful. If so, I'd love it if you could buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/webdevwithmatt. And again, I'll see you Monday for day 6 and week 2. See you then.